Hello everyone in Daniel. It's a very beautiful day, and today we're gonna continue with our series of question and answer. Today I have with me Dras Francois. Dras Francois, it's been a while. Sorry we were able to converge last week,
Hmm.
and I'm very sure our viewers are very hungry. But we're back again. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hope
yeah.
that
And
this
it's good to
question
be
and
back.
answer today is not gonna cause controversy anymore.
Oh well, you can't control those things in life.
So the first question we have in our sleeves is the person you choose to marry is more important than the career you choose. Is that true or false?
The person you choose to marry is more important than the career you choose.
Yeah.
It's true.
Can you tell us why you think it's more important?
It's true because first off, careers can be changed. I
Yeah.
can decide today I want to be a B2B trader, market to market man, like Peter we would say. But you can't easily just change, switch up life partners like that. And first off, Seth, your life partner could kill you when you do life together with someone in a partnership. You eat together, you sleep together, you live together. It's like you become one with this person. Mm? This person would become the most influential person in your life. So the person you choose to marry for me is way more important than whatever career you could choose, because you could even decide, well, even if you didn't even have a career, you could decide to partner with your husband or your wife and start up a career as two people. You can start anything. But these days marriage is just so crazy the way it is, because if you marry a bad partner, someone that the consequences are just a lot, and I can't even begin to really think about it right now. But anything at all can happen. Your life could be cut short, your career self could fail because of the spouses that people have married. They have ended up failing in their own career. Someone got married to someone, and the next thing, because of the mental stress from home, they can no longer focus in their own careers that was funding their lifestyle before. So because of the partner now, the career has failed. And that's just one isolated circumstance. It is way more than that. People have lost their lives, people have committed suicide because of the partners that they chose. And the kind of partner that you marry also, if you marry someone who is not even ambitious, who just wants to, in a BBO we say baba around, just wants to be there and enjoy whatever was there or something, no input to your growth, no input to anything. You can marry someone and never excel in life. You'll be stagnated like that, and it's a very terrible place to be, that I don't even wish for some of my enemies. But so choosing a life partner is something very serious, right? So your spouse is more important than a career, because like I said, you can change a career anytime. I can decide to become a nurse tomorrow. It's just to go and write WAEC again, switch to science, go to nursing school. In about 7 years, I would become a nurse. It's that simple. That's a career.
Seated here, I've been thinking of how how choosing a career is more important than choosing the wife you marry. But all of my thinking cannot have a good grasp on something, because I was thinking, okay, what if I work on offshore, and I go for like 3 4 months, I don't see my wife, probably I can escape her trouble. And and I as I was thinking, my mind told me, even if you come back and stay for 2 days, that 2 days can give you emotional trauma
You
that could
get,
last you for one
if you
year.
marry Obanje,
That 2 days that you come back to the house and stay can give you enough trauma that will last you a whole year.
It's
And then it quickly reflects to my it took me to the Bible, where proverbs, most of the proverbs, you know tends to warn a man on the kind
kind
of
of
woman he
woman
should
to
not
marry.
indulge, yeah, to not even indulge with. I say that it is the worst thing you should never wish your enemy is to marry a perilous wife. That it is better for you to sleep on the rooftop
Than
than to live in a house. So, my dear, I think having a better choice. That is why I think marriage is not something that should be rushed. I think marriage is something somebody should take time to, think about before you venture into it, because that will determine how you die, will determine how you live, will determine how you succeed, determine how your generation will be. So, moving forward, the next question we have on our sleeves is: do you think your family has a say in the woman you should marry or the partner you intend to choose?
I get very emotional when a question like this would come up, because I've had a very terrible experience about this before. I mean, very terrible. Like my friend would say, terrible experience. But sometime, some years ago, right?
Yeah.
You call family, deciding on a life partner for you, maybe I'm just going to take you down memory lane a bit with a bit of a story. All right.
Yeah.
It's I was in church on a Sunday morning. I did so well by God's grace. Everywhere was energy. The Spirit moved basically. And such that the man of God had to call me out after the ministration had ended. It was like just cheering me up basically on the stage, hyping me up and all of that. And then the next day, the Monday, someone came to the office. I worked in the church's studio at the time, came all the way to look for me. And it was even a lie that the person told. The person said she was my cousin, yeah? And she was my cousin, but just to gain entry or something. So, they asked me to come out and stuff. So I went and met her, And first thing she said was, I was really blessed by your ministration yesterday. You were because you were blessed yesterday on Sunday. Today is Monday, that kind of a thing. So that means the blessing was a lot. And then she started telling me things about herself. She was a medical doctor, this and this and that. And I was just waiting for the moment where I will hear, take this check. I want to bless your life too. And it did not come, but plus or minus, she became someone that would really finance my life, basically, in little ways, anyways. Not but she did things and stuff. And then, she, as a friend, and then she now wanted to, for instance, back then, anywhere I would want to go, she would just send an official car to come pick me up, for instance, to anywhere at all, And on one of such times, she said she would like to come to my family house as well, because I was going to go there. And then she followed me. When she came, she had the things this person brought to this family house of ours was like something that you could start a small grocery shop with, a provision store, absolute full bag of rice, things, just a lot.
Like we had was far more than what you were thinking.
Seriously, we had to call one of our neighbors to come and
if you don't pay your bread,
I swear, we had to call one of our neighbors to come and help us offload things from the car. And guess what? 3 days later, a family meeting was convened for me. I was invited. They now said that there was a word from the Lord.
That is your wife.
Exactly. That is my wife. Yeah. That the Lord has spoken. I was like, and I had one girlfriend say, like, I was like, but come on, it's not. And this person, mind you, at that time was about 40 years of age, and I was just in my 20s, mid-20s.
That's crazy.
And she looked it. If I wish she didn't even look it would have been better, but she looked it, Someone that normally, if I bring home and say, oh, mommy, daddy, na person where I want marry be this, then go, come on, like my mother would be crazy, like, leave the, can't you see, it's not your age mate. And then my mother is the one saying that the Lord has said that this is my wife. It was a whole lot. And then she started greasing their palms to behind my back, that kind of a thing. So eventually there was a rift between me and my family. One day, I don't even know what I was in. Her phone was unlocked. And then I saw an SMS in her phone. Good morning, my daughter-in-law. Guess from who?
Your mother.
Exactly. And to cut the whole long, because it's a whole long story, to cut it all short, this person was arraigned by EFCC just a year later for fraud. She was a professional fraudster. In millions, oh, no be this thing. They, so one of the persons that she defrauded, had been following her up like that. So
Yeah.
normal as AFCC go catch person, you go carry that
Their
their,
placard, yeah.
and all of that on EFCC official sites on Facebook. It was everywhere. This person was there, and I'm like, so if I had married this person, the Lord said is my wife, would I not be an accomplice?
You will be, definitely. That thing that happened to you can also happen to a girl child. Understand? Where a man will go to the family, grease the pockets of the parent, and they will force a young child and give it to the older man, against her will. And she will do it because it's her parent who is doing it. And to me, I don't think your parents, even if they have an impute in who you should marry, I don't think they have that much, because at the end of the day, you are going to be the person that's going to live in the house with this person for the rest of your life, not your parent. You understand? So you know how you feel when you're with this person. You know how easy it is for you when you're with this person. So it's difficult for someone who has not been with the person you've been with, have not lived with the person you've lived with, to make decisions for you. So to me, I don't think family really have a say. If they do, I don't think it's up to like 20%.
It's crazy. And family intimidates you too. The way it is. I don't know whether it happens only in Africa or something, but that's not how it's supposed to be. I understand if it's done from a place of concern or something, but sometimes, like this, my example and this example you painted, sometimes it's just personal aggrandizement, because someone in my family was like, can't you see it's the Lord trying to raise us? That kind of a thing. So the Lord is trying to raise us at the expense of my happiness. What kind of Lord is that?
It's gonna be the last question, and it's funny, but it's something that has happened to people. You should put that into consideration, because no one is above the mysteries of this world. What if your fiancé, or the person you want to marry, your boyfriend, or you already really want to marry this person, and then you realize that the father is mad, or the mother is mad? Would you still go ahead and do that?
Like mad.
Mad.
That's how I go song.
Yes. Would you still go ahead and do it?
Well, I don't know whether these things can be scientifically analyzed, right? Because it's a very serious matter. There's a strong heredity here. You understand? Do you know why our forebears they had, I don't know whether we really had issues of these sickle cell and all of those things, because before people would marry back in the day, they would do a background check. After you've declared your interest to your potential in-laws, they'll ask you to go, that they'll get back to you. So in the time frame where they are about to get back to you, then go down, do homework on your family background to know the medical history. Person don't mad before, would get a family. They'll check like 4 generations down the line and know, is it that so when people marry here they die? Just different things, and all of that. And I think as we grew up and became woke, in the woke culture, we left some of these things. But it's a very serious something, It's a very, very serious something, because it's like you never see me coming one day like this from argument. From small arguments. Before you know it, if you say that just small arguments, that's how I'm getting through. I don't know. So it's very love. I guess this is one of the questions that would make people be like, love is not enough. When people say stuff like that. But I feel like if there's really love that, then do a lot of tests too, sincerely. If there's any way that tests could ascertain that somebody will not be mad in future, or you not give birth to a mad boy or mad girl, to help yourself.
But do you think, some of this can be spiritually motivated? Do you think that
Even
it
they're
can be?
spiritually motivated now. Wait, they think that motivated is
Means that there have to
spiritually.
be a trace of
They feel-
something.
Yes, it's
They have
still
to be
there.
straight. There, nothing grows from nowhere.
And the fact that it is spiritually motivated, spiritual, when it comes down to human beings, it don't enter biology.
Yeah.
Like play, it don't enter gene, genetics. Madness runs in the family. That's the thing. So even if it's spiritually motivated, then deal with it. Try and as much as possible to deal with it, because it's not easy. Like some spiritually motivated things. So we have heard of families, that once that family, the husbands always die after 5 years.
Yeah.
That's how it happened to the father. That's how it happened to all of the sisters. That's why they are very beautiful and they are not married. Because once you marry in that family, you will die. Or once you marry in that family, your child will die, or you lose your job. Things, different families and their patterns, that kind of a thing. So it's just pertinent to do your homework. And this is not just about the crazy man idea. It's about every other thing. Just do your basic homework, because there are a lot.
Some time ago we actually did a survey and we were asking this question out there. Someone said that it is not is her partner that is mad, that is the father. That he will go,
Okay.
that he will go ahead. And we have people say that, well, if he or she knew beforehand, that's the case. Before he or she started a relationship, he will go ahead. But if it is something that the person hit the fact that and then due to the course of you trying to go deeper, get so close, you realize that this is the problem of the family. I will run. So do you think that there is any room for negotiation?
No, there is. That's what I'm saying. If it is medically, then run it. If it is spiritually, run it. Anything at all to you. But I feel like you need to have some leverage. First of all, you need to have at least a 50-50 chance of assuring that this may not happen in future. Because like I said, this is what our forefathers used to do, and they were safe. Basically, they were just safe. They would do these things and they were safe. So it's a non-negotiable. Actually, you need to, when you find out, do something about it. If it's something that you feel like you cannot deal with, then you can walk away.
It's all right. Thank you, viewers. It's been an amazing time with Dras Franks. Well, we still have a lot of question and answer sessions to do. Probably when we have a full house, some questions I don't want to ask because it's just me and Dras. I'm gonna wait till we have a full house, and then because there are questions I want to hear people's opinion of. Questions you generally ask yourself or want to hear people's opinion about. And we're going to be looking more into those questions. If you have anything you want to ask us, things you want us to deliberate on, you can drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and peace out for now.